Okay, we are almost there. I am standing between you and drinks. And I don't know about you, but especially after the last few panels, I need a drink now. But we have a little wrap-up to do. I want to talk to you a little bit about what we heard today and lead us into tomorrow. But I promise to be very brief, and then I want to announce the two winners of the competition. We talked about a number of things when it comes to AI cooperation between the transatlantic partners, starting, of course, with economics. And in a way, that seemed to be almost the easiest thing to talk about, because we understand that Silicon Valley brings the entrepreneurial innovation ecosystem, the innovation value chain, the ability to scale up, the ability to accept and execute on risk, the big data pools, the droves of AI scientists, all of it at a scale that Germany can't muster, not yet. But we also heard about complementary assets from our friends at Bosch and elsewhere, that, you know, AI and autonomous systems go beyond just pure software code. Understanding physical products, understanding the physical world, and putting the human first are strategic competitive assets in this new, what we call the cognitive era or the cognitive economy. And so Germany does have something to contribute here that is very tangible. And we should be encouraged by that and be equal partners as we shape that economic future. Of course, it is true, and I will summarize, we have done studies on comparative national AI strategies, and it is true, and I quote Christoph, who said, spend, spend, spend. On the German side, $500 million for the new AI strategy is simply peanuts compared to everything else that's happening around the world. The United States leads, followed by China. Good chance China might at some point take over the pole position. Germany is a distant fifth or sixth in terms of spending and in terms of scaling. That does need to change, and we know that. And that's a political issue. We also need to get beyond talking. We need to actually do more. There is a lot of culture in Germany about talking and talking some more, and we need to talk. We need to create understanding, but first and foremost, we need to act, we need to experiment, and we need to scale out, and we need to be courageous and see, as Andy said, that new horizon between that which we know and that which we don't know yet. There is something very desirable, and envisioning that and working toward that, bringing up a little bit of that, you know, frankly, American idealism that doesn't always succeed, but that is so inspiring. All of that needs to happen. We need to educate. Many of you who are in the room are students in software or computer science or artificial intelligence. We need many, many, many more of you at a scale in Germany that is commensurate with it being the fourth largest economy in the world. And so, yes, that needs to happen as well. We need to train, 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 right? At the same time, America needs to become more focused on the individual, on the human being that requires some level of transparency, agency, privacy, right? Human dignity. And those two parts need to come together, right? We need more data science training. We need more AI training for the populations in general. And then those of us who understand AI and computer science need to become much better at teaching machines and teaching ourselves to think about humans and what humans need. All of that connects to economics. Hence, the expression I used earlier that there is no more economics without ethics in the cognitive era, okay? Which sort of drifts into trust. How do we instill trust? We heard from Camille about multi-stakeholder systems. We heard a lot in the early morning and here just now about the need for more diversity. Why don't we have more women on these panels? Why don't we have more minorities in a room like this? And this is no exception. This has nothing to do with the organization of this conference. Honestly, 90% of all conferences on artificial intelligence look even more pure, white, and male than this does, right? So we need much, much more diversity if we want people to trust. How is somebody, like we said earlier, going to trust when they're from Africa and we quasi-design systems for them based on Western values? So trust is very important. We need to clean data. We heard about this. We need to have human-centric business models. We heard about that. And so all of that together would hopefully take care of trust. And then we talked ad nauseum here about human rights and about human dignity. And that is really important. right? We don't need to even look at China to talk about the surveillance economy, as Shoshana Zuboff called it, or surveillance capitalism, right? We have that, frankly, in the United States, and we have that in Europe. What do we do about that? Is that the new reality? Really, that, as Andy said earlier, that Andreas Weigand said earlier, that we are going to have everything we do at any time recorded? Is that the new reality? I mean, that's certainly the reality that we're drifting toward, but do we want that reality? Right? Is there value in disconnecting? Is there value in forgetting? Is there value in being forgotten? Right? Should that be part of value creation? So we need to ask ourselves those questions as well, and we need to engage China. Because, you know, frankly, that is the other model. That is the other dominant model. You saw the graph in terms of where all in the world Chinese equipment is being used. We did research on this, that China is now going into Venezuela and you know, probably a half dozen African countries, not just delivering hardware, but really instituting surveillance systems that are very much based on the Chinese model. Throughout the Belt and Road Initiative, you know, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's 46% of global GDP. 70+% countries have signed on, including, by the way, for our European friends, Italy and Switzerland. Okay? And so China is promulgating that model through the Belt and Road Initiative. It is welcomed by many of these governments that are less than democratic, right? So you might not, if you're from Europe, agree with the American model. Do you agree any more with the Chinese model? I think what we heard is that we don't. Neither side of the Atlantic agrees with that model. So let's work together. Let's work together. If Europe, with 500 million citizens, and America with, you know, 350 million citizens, 850 million of us, that's a very large amount of people that Chinese companies want to market to and work with. It's to be taken seriously. More reason to collaborate, right? So, in other words, we have lots and lots of reasons to collaborate, but we have to get down to specific projects, and we can't just talk, okay? So that's the charter of the day. Tomorrow morning, we will start afresh. We will talk about things like AI in healthcare and the phenomenal potential there, because I want us to get back to seeing AI as an opportunity. Look at the horizon and the potential and the possibility, and then protect humans as we take that path. But please, please, I deplore you, do not forgo the path. Do not forgo the vision. The biggest tragedy of them all, if we don't get this right, and we shut off human growth because we get scared and we don't safeguard that growth. That growth is to be had by us. So with that said, I want to now announce the winners. I'm sounding, my German is coming out when I get tired. Okay. The winners are. The winners are, and I do need to make sure I get this right and not repeat any Oscars mistakes here. Okay, what do the winners get? The winners get a coaching session with Jens Horstmann. Jens, are you still in the room? Yes, sir. There he is right there. Many, many years of experience in venturing, standing up and financing ventures. Jens is kind enough to have agreed to spend coaching time with both of the winners, because we have 2 winners. And then each of the winners also gets a book. Siegbert Schäfke's book, Als die Angst die Seite wechselte. Okay? Great read. If you're American and don't speak German, too bad. I suppose you could have Google do some translation job on this. But Siegbert has also kindly offered to sign them. He is still here. Okay? So if you want to look him up, he will more than gladly sign the books that you will win. And then we will also give another book to one of the winners, but I'm not yet going to announce who that is, because then you know who it is. And so, actually, why don't I start with that, right? Okay, the first winner is Andrei Safunchik of Tech for Germany. Please give a round of applause. Where is Andrei? Yes, Andrei. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fine job. The panel has voted in your favor. Congratulations. Hopefully we can stay in touch. Jens will coach you. I'm happy to give you additional coaching if you like.
Thank you.
That is your reward for now.
Ziggy,
yes?
You're great.
All right. Okay. Okay. Now the second winner is Philip Petrescu of MVP Factory. Please come on up. All right. Philip, congratulations. You get not only Siegbert's book, you also get a guide on lean equity for startups,
Great.
because you are forced to make money, whereas our friend from the government does not. And so here's some additional manual on how to make money.
Thanks.
All right? Congratulations. All right.